What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Movie Emporium's movie review of Hotel Transylvania, Transformania. This film is now directed by Drymon and Jennifer Kluska. Now, before we begin, if you like this channel, awesome, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell at the top to find us coming next. If you like this video, awesome, hit that like button as well as commenting below on any video that you watch, including this one. So in this fourth installment of course, the very popular franchise that is, of course, Hotel Transylvania, Drac is at a point where his girlfriend or wife or whatever it is, Erica, decides that they probably should retire from the hotel business. Drac has decided he's going to give it to his daughter finds out, Johnny finds out, and Johnny approaches, of course, Drac, and everything goes haywire, and Drac, of course, wants to change his mind. He wants to, just build a restroom and so on and so forth. He's scared. He doesn't want to retire because he's afraid of the future, I guess you could say, even though he's 125 years old or however old he is. So in the process, Van Helsing devises this kind of contraption because Johnny wants to turn to a monster to prove that he can take over this hotel. And it goes haywire. Johnny turns into this creature. Drac, as you've seen from the trailer, turns human. And then some of the other creatures, including Frankenstein, the Mummy, and the Invisible Man, turn into humans. And they go on a quest to kind of reset everything. Those types of films where they have to go and find that crystal or find that object to kind of reverse everything that has happened to bring everything back to status quo. And that's the entire movie, I guess you could say. And so this movie has a uniqueness problem to it, and this isn't my review, but this is its problem, is a lot of people are not returning. A lot of the big names aren't returning. So for instance, the director, who is Jendy Tartakovsky, who of course did the first 3 movies, only returns in screenplay format. And then on top of that, Adam Sandler, Kevin James are not returning for this film, which is a huge problem because they are, especially Adam Sandler is the heart of this movie. He's the one that kind of helped create it with Robert Smigel and so on and so forth. So it leads into the question of whether this movie can succeed on that front without these characters coming in. Kevin James and Adam Sandler, as annoying as they can get, really had a good sense of this property and really made it work for whatever it's worth. I like the first 2 movies. The third one's kind of alright. And so with that said, now it's on Amazon Prime, and the question remains is, what did I think of this overall movie? I think it's fine. I think it fits in the Hotel Transylvania formula. I think it's another lesser than the sum of its whole parts, just on the simple fact that it's kind of doing the same shtick again. It's kind of doing the same. Drac doesn't trust Johnny. Johnny's an airhead. Maeve has to come in and rescue everything. Just everything about this movie really doesn't do anything different. It doesn't continue making this franchise any more interesting than it was in the first movie, and therefore it's just not a very good movie, to be fairly honest. It's not really that well done. It's not really well directed. It feels like a cheap VOD type version of this franchise and just kind of doesn't go anywhere that you don't expect. They try to make it, like I said, fresh by turning all the monsters into humans and so on and so forth, but it uses a lot of the same jokes. It uses a lot of the same material that you've seen before, and where it goes and where it ends is exactly what you expect. You expect, because this is supposedly the end of the franchise, that it's going to have some heart and some warmth elements, and you're going to tear up a little bit, especially if you're a big fan of this franchise, but it doesn't really do any of that. This is more about the stupid jokes and everything that you come to experience in the last 2 or 3 films of this franchise. So I was really kind of bothered by that. It's not like it's the worst thing I've ever seen, because it's still an entertaining film. It still has moments where I felt like it really followed the franchise very well, but I just think overall it's just That's what I'm going to say about it. It's just another movie that would have made $100 million and just kind of feels a little soulless, and not having Adam Sandler or Kevin James actually hurts this film a lot. I think Brian Hall, who plays Dracula in this movie, does a decent job, but it's just not really that interesting or dynamic. He just does a copycat, and it just doesn't feel that great. And then they bring in someone else to play Frankenstein, and there's some really funny moments with him, but they also throw in like the new jokes with the Invisible Man and stuff like that, and I'm like, whatever, it is what it is. So But in the end, this is still a fun film for kids. It's still going to entertain them. They're still going to laugh. They're going to be, you know, entranced for an hour and a half. The characters that are in there, or the characters you remember. But it's just, for an adult, I think that first film was actually a lot better than it should have been. The second film was pretty decent, and then the third film was kind of, you can see the loss of quality as it goes down. But I can kind of understand why some people didn't come back into this film and so on and so forth. So with that said, still not a terrible film. Still an easy watch for what it's worth, and it's on Amazon Prime. Prime when it comes out on the 14th. So there you go. Anyways, that'll do it. That'll be my take on Hotel Transylvania, Transformania. Thank you so much for watching. Comments below, what is your favorite film in the franchise? Do you like this franchise? Are you looking forward to this film? All that good stuff. Otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming in next. If you like any of these videos, awesome. Hit that like button, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.